Do not put this down. You did not find this message by accident today. I am telling you that today brings good news for you, and you need to open it immediately. If you walk away now, you walk away from the very thing you have been begging me for. What I prepared for you does not follow you out the door. It stays right here, and you will walk out empty. You will spend the next season asking me for the exact release that is sitting in front of you right now. My child, I know how tired you are. I saw the disappointment you swallowed yesterday. You have waited so long for a change that waiting feels like a punishment. Every time you hope for a breakthrough, something goes wrong at the last minute. And now you have stopped expecting anything good to happen at all. You brace yourself for the worst before the day even begins. I am telling you what is moving toward you, and I am telling you now. I have watched you endure this wait without breaking. Stay where you are. I am going to show you exactly why the delay was necessary. You will feel the heavy anger melt off your shoulders, and you will know exactly how to receive the news I am handing you today. This is not a guess. This is a promise. Do one thing for me right now. Type, "I am ready" for the news in the comments. Not for me, but to show yourself that you have not surrendered your hope. Let me give you something real before we go further. Notice what your mind does when someone tells you a good thing might happen. It immediately builds a wall. You list 3 reasons why it will fail. You call it being realistic, but that is not realism. It is a shelter you built out of old disappointments to protect yourself from feeling the sting of hope again. And that is only the first layer of what we are unraveling today. You have built a habit of expecting the door to slam shut, and I do not blame you for it. You have lived through years where every promise handed to you came with a hidden cost, but the news I am bringing you today has no hidden cost. It is a clean release. I am asking for the next few minutes of your time, and I am asking because what I am about to do requires you to be in the room. Do not let the noise of the world pull you away from this screen. The enemy wants you distracted right now. He wants you thinking about the chores, the bills, and the people who have let you down. Because he knows that if you hear the rest of this, his grip on your mind is broken. Look at me. You did not stumble onto this. You are here for an appointment. Let us walk into the quiet place you do not talk about. You have been waiting for a shift in your life for years, and the waiting has changed you. You used to pray with fire in your voice. You used to wake up believing that the morning could bring a miracle. But slowly, month by month, the fire turned into a quiet endurance. You still pray, but your words feel like heavy stones. I was in the room the night you stopped asking for the big thing. You compromised with your own dreams. You looked at the empty hands and decided you were asking for too much. So, you lowered your expectations. You asked for just enough to survive. You asked for just enough peace to get through the week without breaking down. I heard that prayer, beloved, and it broke my heart to see you settle for crumbs. You are so exhausted that even the thought of good news makes you nervous. When someone smiles and says things will get better, a knot forms in your stomach because you have trusted those words before. You opened your heart. You let yourself believe, and then the bottom fell out. You were left holding the pieces alone while everyone else moved on with their lives. I saw the tears you hid in the car. I saw you sitting in the driveway with the engine off. You gave yourself 5 minutes of silence before walking into the house to be the strong one for everyone else. No one in that house knows how hollow you feel inside. They see the person who handles the problems. They see the one who never complains. They do not see the one who wonders if heaven has completely forgotten their address. You have told yourself that this is just your lot in life. You see other people receiving their harvest. You watch them celebrate their answered prayers. And a quiet voice whispers in your ear that you are just meant to be the background character in someone else's miracle. You smile and congratulate them. You type your amen on their victories. But inside, you are bleeding from 1,000 tiny cuts of delay. I know the exact weight of that delay. I know how it feels to do everything right and still watch the wrong outcome unfold. You have kept your faith. You have kept your morals. You have been kind to people who treated you like dirt. And still, your field is dry. You are standing in the middle of a drought, holding an empty cup, wondering if I even remember your name. I remember it. I have never forgotten it. I know there is something you still do. You write out a message on your phone when things get heavy, and you type every word exactly as you feel it. And then you delete the entire thing before sending it. You erase it because you are tired of asking for help. You are tired of being the person who always needs to be rescued, so you clear the screen and stay quiet. I saw you delete it. You do not want to burden anyone else with your problems, so you swallow the words and carry the weight alone again. It is a lonely way to live. But you chose it because relying on people has cost you too much in the past. People promised to be there for you. They swore they would not leave. And then they disappeared when the storm finally arrived at your door. I know the thought moving through you right now. You are listening to my voice and thinking you have heard this all before. You are remembering the times you knelt down and believed a breakthrough was coming, and you promised yourself things would change. You made the promise. You kept the faith for 11 days. You broke it on the 12th, and the year ended exactly where it began. You are telling me the truth. I will not argue with your own history. You lived every hour of it, and I was there for every hour of it with you. But hear the difference today. What you tried in the past was behavior. You woke up earlier. You prayed longer. You forced yourself to smile. You built a strict routine, and you carried it until your strength gave out. Strength always gives out eventually. That is what strength is designed to do. It was never meant to hold a burden this heavy for this long. I am not asking you to reach for another exhausting routine. I am speaking about the root beneath your actions. Because you need to know that you did not actually fail. You worked faithfully for years on the wrong layer of the problem. There is another sentence you have been holding on to for a long time. You are thinking about the prayers I never answered. You asked for years. You asked in the way you were taught, and you asked in ways no one ever taught you, and the room stayed completely quiet. You have drawn a painful conclusion from that silence. You concluded that I said no. On the hardest nights, you concluded something much worse. You decided I was not listening at all. You believed your words went up into an empty ceiling. You felt that your tears were completely ignored by heaven. Beloved, I want to answer that directly, right now. I have heard every single word. Not one of those lonely nights was unwitnessed, and silence was never my word for refusal. Silence is not absence. Think of a father sitting in the dark beside his resting child. He makes no sound at all. The child might wake up and believe he is entirely alone in the house. But he is completely wrong about the house. He is right about the dark. The dark was real and it was long, but the father was sitting there the entire time. I was sitting there with you. I am not asking you to call those painful years good. I am asking you to consider that you were not alone inside them. The delay was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to prepare the ground for what is arriving today. You need to see that you survived the silence. You are still standing here. Now it is time to mark this exact moment. I need you to do something. Put your faith into a physical action. Type "I did not surrender my hope" in the comments. Do it right now. Let this be a public declaration that the waiting did not defeat you. I read what my children write. When you type those words, you are telling the enemy that his lies did not work. You are taking back the territory you thought you lost. Let us talk about why you are so guarded today. It is not because you lack faith. It is because you have a memory. You remember the exact feeling of the floor dropping out from under you. You remember the absolute shock of the betrayal. You remember the silence of the phone when you needed someone the most. A heart does not forget those painful lessons easily. So you built a fortress. You decided that expecting nothing was the only safe way to live. If you do not expect good news, you cannot be crushed when it does not arrive. It is a very clever shield. I do not condemn you for wearing it. A soldier who has been wounded in battle does not walk onto the field without his armor. You are simply wearing your armor. But armor is heavy. It keeps the arrows out, but it also keeps the sunlight out. You have worn it for so long that your shoulders are permanently bowed. You are exhausted from defending a castle that is no longer under attack. The war you are fighting ended a long time ago. The good news today is that you are finally allowed to take the armor off. You do not have to be the strong one today. You do not have to figure out the next 10 steps. You only have to stay in this room with me. We are going to look at the exact reason why the waiting lasted this long. And I promise you that the answer will not bring you shame. It will bring you the deepest relief you have felt in over a decade. I know how carefully you have guarded your heart recently. You watch people celebrate their victories and you smile for them. But inside your own mind, you are calculating exactly when their joy will collapse. Because the pattern of your life has taught you that good things are fragile. You do not do this out of malice. You do it because expecting collapse feels much safer than expecting a miracle. It is a terrible way to live every single day, but you chose it because the alternative feels completely unbearable right now. To open your hands and expect something wonderful requires a vulnerability you simply do not possess anymore. This is especially true after so many people have proven themselves unreliable. So you keep your hands tightly closed. You protect yourself from disappointment by expecting absolutely nothing. Let us look at a moment you lived through just last week. Someone handed you a piece of good news. It was small, but it was genuine. And your very first instinct was to find the flaw in it. You analyzed the words looking for the hidden catch. You told yourself it was probably a mistake, and it would be taken back by morning. You killed the joy before it could even take a single breath. You stood in your kitchen and reasoned yourself out of feeling happy. You listed all the times a similar situation ended badly. You built a logical case for why this new blessing was actually a trap designed to hurt you again. And within 5 minutes, the good news felt like a heavy burden. You walked away from that conversation feeling more anxious than you did before they spoke to you. You have a very harsh explanation for why you act this way. You tell yourself that you have simply become a bitter person. You think your faith is broken and your heart has turned permanently cynical. You believe you are failing me because you cannot force yourself to feel joyful. And you carry an enormous amount of quiet shame about your inability to trust my timing. Hear me clearly today. That is absolutely not the truth. You are not a bitter person at all. You are not failing me, and you do not lack faith. The cynicism you feel is not a flaw in your character. It is a symptom of something much deeper that you have never allowed yourself to look at. I want that harsh judgment out of your mouth today. You must stop apologizing for a wound you did not ask to receive. Here is the hidden truth about your cynical heart. After a soul survives enough crushing disappointments, the mind learns to treat hope as a dangerous enemy. It must be neutralized immediately. It blocks out joy to prevent the devastating fall that usually follows it. Surviving another heartbreak feels physically impossible to your weary spirit. Your mind is simply trying to keep you safe. It calls this protection being realistic, but it is actually a desperate survival tactic. I am going to name this condition right now so you can finally unsee the lie. This is the guarded hope. It is a splint you placed over your heart years ago when a massive prayer went unanswered. The splint did its job and kept you alive, but you have worn it for so long that it is now cutting off your circulation. Look back at the last 3 years of your life under this new light. You were not losing your faith when you stopped praying for the big miracles. You were managing your pain. Every time you walked away from an opportunity, you were just a wounded soldier. You were trying to avoid another ambush in a war you never asked to fight. You were completely focused on surviving the season. Survival makes people very cautious. I never condemned you for wearing that armor. I saw every tear you cried when no one else was looking. I knew exactly why you built those thick walls. You were not rebelling against me when you shut the door on hope. You were bleeding, and a bleeding person does not reach for grand adventures. You were simply doing the best you could with a shattered heart. So I am giving you a very gentle instruction today. I am not asking you to suddenly believe in massive miracles again. I am asking you to lower your weapons for exactly 10 minutes. When you finish hearing my words, sit in a quiet room and take off the splint. Allow yourself to imagine one good thing happening without immediately planning for its destruction. Just 10 minutes of unarmed rest. Tell me you understand this shift in your spirit. Which path will you choose today? Will you keep the heavy armor on, or will you let the healing begin? Type "the delay was preparation" in the comments right now to answer me. Claim that statement as your own truth today. Setting down your defenses is the very first step toward receiving the news I brought for you. I want to show you another moment from your week. You were holding your phone. You scrolled past a picture of someone else celebrating a massive victory, and it was the exact thing you have been praying for. You double-tapped the screen to congratulate them, and then you put the phone face down on the table. You stared at the blank wall and felt a cold stone drop into your stomach. You forced yourself to be happy for them, but inside your chest, a terrible ache started to spread rapidly. You wondered why their harvest arrived so quickly while your field remains completely barren today. You felt like you were standing still on a train platform. Everyone else boarded their trains and left you behind. You watched the doors close. You heard the engine start, and you stood alone in the quiet station again. In that quiet station, you began to interrogate yourself. You asked me what you did wrong. You replayed your past decisions to find the exact mistake that disqualified you from receiving a blessing. You told yourself that heaven simply favors other people. You decided that my silence means I have forgotten your address entirely. Beloved, that is a cruel story you are telling yourself. It is completely false. I have never forgotten your name. I do not play games with your destiny. You have not made a catastrophic mistake that ruined your future, because I am bigger than your mistakes. The delay you are experiencing is not a punishment for your past. I need you to hear this with your entire spirit. The timing of your breakthrough has absolutely nothing to do with me withholding my love from you. It has everything to do with the laws of spiritual gravity. Here is the hidden truth about what you are enduring right now. A soul cannot measure its progress and receive a gift at the very same time. Those are two completely different postures. The moment you begin to weigh your life against another person's timeline, your hands close into tight fists, and a closed hand receives absolutely nothing. It cannot even hold the quiet grace that is already sitting in the room with it. Comparing your season to their harvest is stealing your present joy, but there is an even deeper reason for the delay. You are looking at a fast-growing plant and wishing you had it, but a fast-growing plant has very shallow roots. A strong wind will knock it over in a single afternoon. What I am preparing for you is not a fragile flower. I am going to name this so you can never unsee it. This is the heavy blessing. The heavy blessing requires an incredibly deep root system. If I handed you this massive gift 3 years ago, the weight of it would have crushed you completely. You did not have the emotional structure to carry it safely. Your character needed to be forged in the fire of waiting. I held it back because I love you too much. I could not let a premature miracle destroy the beautiful person you are becoming. Now look back at those long years you called wasted. Look at the seasons where you felt entirely invisible and stuck in the mud. You were not stuck at all. You were digging down into the dark soil. Every time you chose to trust me when nothing made sense, your roots went 1 inch deeper. Every time you wiped your tears and showed up anyway, you were building a massive foundation for the future. The people who ran past you are carrying very light loads. Their harvest arrived quickly because it does not carry the generational weight yours does. You are breaking ancient curses in your family line. You are establishing a brand new legacy. That kind of monumental construction takes a tremendous amount of time. You were not failing while you waited. You were hauling the heaviest stones for a foundation no one could see. You have thought of yourself as the forgotten one. You have believed that the delay meant you were less important. Please erase that lie from your mind today. The architect spends the most time on the building meant to stand the longest. I have been taking my time with you because your future requires a masterpiece. And a masterpiece cannot be rushed. The waiting was never an empty room. It was a busy workshop, and I was the one working on you. So today I am asking you to do one small thing. You do not need to muster up a mountain of faith. You just need to stop staring at someone else's field. The next time you see another person receive their miracle, do not let your mind drag you into the pit of comparison. Look down at your own feet. Feel the solid ground you are standing on right now. Acknowledge the incredible strength you have built over these quiet years. Say it out loud in your empty kitchen. Say that your roots are deep enough now. Say that you are finally ready to carry the weight of a massive harvest. When you stop measuring my love by my speed, everything changes instantly. You step out of the waiting room and you walk directly into the receiving room. Your preparation is completely finished. Now open your hands and let me fill them. Remember the heavy armor I named for you earlier. You have worn it so long that you forgot what the bare air feels like on your skin. I want you to step out of it right now. Come with me to a morning just a few months from today. It is a completely ordinary Tuesday. Nothing loud has been announced. You wake up before the alarm rings. Your feet hit the floor without a single argument. You walk into your kitchen and hold a warm cup of coffee, and you do not brace for impact. The tightening behind your ribs is entirely gone. You do not run through a mental list of everything that could possibly go wrong before the sun is up. The phone lies flat on the counter. You do not feel it pulling at your attention, and you do not fear the messages it might bring. The absolute quiet in the room does not frighten you anymore. That is the part you cannot picture from where you are sitting today. You are standing inside a silent room with a cup in your hand. Nothing inside your body is running away. You are simply existing in the moment. You smile at the sunlight hitting the window. You feel completely safe. You feel incredibly light and free. That woman is not a fantasy. That man is not a dream. They already exist. They are not being assembled in a distant place, out of parts you do not possess yet. They are standing right on the other side of the heavy shield you are still holding with both hands. You know exactly which shield I mean. It came into your mind before I even finished the sentence. You know its heavy weight. The distance between you and that beautiful morning is not time. It is permission. And permission is not a physical object you wait to be handed by someone else. It is a choice you make out loud in an empty room. Say it tonight. Tell the empty air that you are done defending a castle that is no longer under attack. Say that the war is over. Your heart desperately needs to hear it. Now let us move forward. We are climbing much higher now. You have seen what the delay was building underneath you. You understand that the silence was a workshop and not a rejection. I gave you the understanding first. I needed to clear the debris of your past disappointments before I could place the real gift into your hands. I do not pour fresh water into a broken jar. I fix the jar first. And your jar is finally sealed. This is where most people breathe a sigh of relief and stop walking. Do not stop walking. Do not sit down and get comfortable yet. Understanding your pain is only the doorway. The much larger thing is still standing directly in front of you. You are about to step into the actual harvest. I want you to be fully awake for this. I have been walking you toward one specific moment this entire time. We have arrived at the edge of it. Everything I have spoken to you up to this point was simply preparation. This next part is the thing itself. Lift your head right now. What comes next is not just comforting information to make you feel better. It is a divine release. The sky is about to break wide open for you. You have waited through the bitter winters. You watched other people gather their crops while your field remained frozen. You kept your mouth free of complaints when it would have been so easy to curse the cold ground. I saw that quiet faithfulness. Every time you chose to trust my unseen hand, you were pulling the blessing closer to your door, and it is finally here. Feel the temperature changing in your life right now. The wind is shifting direction. The heavy doors that refused to budge for the last 10 years are unlocking from the inside. I am not sending you a small sprinkle of rain. I am opening the floodgates. You asked for a drop, but I am preparing to hand you the entire ocean. Your capacity has been stretched to hold all of it. This is not a drill. I am moving the pieces into place while you listen to my voice. The people who ignored you will watch you rise. The rooms that rejected you will invite you back. But you will not go back. You are stepping into a brand new territory that was specifically designed for your unique spirit. The long wait is officially over. The new season begins right now. Are you ready to claim it? I need to know that your heart is fully open to receive this monumental shift. Type "My root is deep" enough in the comments to seal this truth. Do not hesitate. Put your name on this new season and declare that you are stepping into the light. I am watching your faith activate right now. Let the whole world know that you survived the hard winter. The old cycle is broken. You are the one who broke it by staying faithful when it hurt the most. Now you get to enjoy the beautiful fruit of that painful labor. Do not look over your shoulder at the people who left you behind. They could not survive the altitude of where I am taking you next. Keep your eyes locked on the bright horizon. The absolute best is rushing toward you. You have walked through the long valley, my child. The dry season is entirely behind you now. I want you to feel the ground shifting under your feet as we speak. Something massive is unlocking in the spiritual realm today. It is unlocking specifically because you did not quit when the night was dark. You held on when it made no sense. But there is one thing I have not given you yet. I have been holding it back on purpose. It would have meant absolutely nothing to you an hour ago. It has a name, and I will call it the last thing I kept. You will not receive it in the part of this message that sounds like an ending. You will receive it after the quiet part. Before we reach that moment, you need to understand the magnitude of what is arriving. I am not handing you a temporary fix today. A temporary fix is like a bandage placed over a deep wound. I do not deal in superficial healing. I am giving you a permanent shift in your foundation. The house you build from this day forward will never collapse again. Every single tear you cried in secret was carefully collected. Not one drop of your pain was wasted in my sight. I took the bitter ashes of your past and used them to forge the very keys you are about to hold. You thought the enemy was stealing your precious time. He was not. He was unknowingly creating the exact pressure needed to produce your diamond. Do not let the noise of the world take this away from you in the final stretch. It has stolen the ending from you before. You got so close to the finish line, and then a whisper of doubt made you turn around. Not this time. I am holding your hand too tightly for you to wander off. We are walking across the threshold together right now. I want you to notice something happening in your body. Your breathing changed just a minute ago. Hold on to that feeling. What caused it is the very thing we are walking toward. If you have been listening with one ear while doing something else, set the other thing down now. The next part only works if you hear it whole. Everything I have said until now was preparation. This is the thing itself. Lift your head, my child. What comes next is not just comforting information. It is a defining moment. Breathe once. Then hear me say the thing I have wanted to say to you since the very moment you sat down today. I am telling you what is moving toward you, and I am telling you now. I have watched this exact miracle happen more times than you have years. It has never once failed to arrive at the perfect second. Stay exactly where you are. I am handing you the victory you fought so fiercely to see. Hear me, and hear me in the place where you make your hardest decisions. You were never behind. You were never the one who missed the train. The thing you have been calling your long delay has a true name, and the name is preparation. Preparation is not a punishment handed to the unworthy. It is a holy requirement. It is exactly what I do to the ones I intend to build a kingdom with. So I am ending the argument today. I am not softening it. I am ending it. You are not late. You are not less. You are not the exception to my faithfulness. The good news today is that your foundation is finally complete. The heavy doors are flying open. The people who walked away from you are no longer needed for where you are going next. You do not need their permission to rise. You do not need their validation to know you are worthy. I have validated you. I have called you by a new name, and the universe must align with what I have spoken. I am shattering the old agreements you made with sorrow. You agreed to live a smaller life because you thought that was all you deserved. I am tearing up that contract right now. You are stepping into a season of overflow. The love you poured out into empty cups is rushing back to you like a river. You will not have to beg for a drop of it. Your body is letting go of the trauma it held for decades. You will sleep deeply tonight. You will wake up tomorrow, and the first thought in your mind will be a quiet joy. I am commanding the anxiety to leave your house. It has no authority over you anymore. You are completely, entirely free. Look up at the horizon. The storm has officially broken. The light is pouring into the rooms you thought would stay dark forever. Your long obedience in the shadows is being rewarded in the open daylight. I am placing the crown of peace on your head right now. No one can ever snatch it away from you again. I want you to cement this reality into your spirit. Type I. Receive the heavy blessing in the comments. Say it like you actually believe it. This is your moment to stand up and claim the harvest that grew from your tears. You are stepping into the greatest chapter of your life today. Do not look back. I am going to say this once. I will not use any metaphors. You need to hear the absolute truth about why you have been waiting so long. You believed the delay was a rejection. You thought my silence was a sign that I had abandoned you completely. You looked at the empty years and called them a cruel punishment. You were completely wrong about the punishment. The waiting was never a penalty for your mistakes. It was an intense season of preparation. I held the blessing back because the sheer weight of it would have crushed the person you used to be. You were simply not ready to carry it. If I had answered your desperate prayer 5 years ago, it would have destroyed you. I delayed the answer to save you. Now look at who you have become. You are unbreakable. You survived the brutal silence without losing your gentle heart. That is exactly why today brings the good news you stopped expecting. You are finally strong enough to handle the massive harvest without letting it ruin your character. The preparation is entirely finished. The painful delay ends today. Lift your head and listen to me. I am declaring this over your life right now. You are stepping into the receiving room. You will no longer measure my love by my speed. You will walk forward as someone who knows their harvest is permanently secured. This is not a distant possibility. This is your brand new reality, and no one can take it away from you. Say it with me. I am prepared. Say it again until your spirit actually believes the words coming out of your mouth. The era of settling for tiny crumbs is absolutely over. I am handing you the entire feast today. You will sit at the table I prepared for you, and you will not apologize for the space you take up. You belong there. Do not ever doubt that again. Let me explain this without any poetic images, so nothing is left to interpretation. You suffered because you lived in a broken world with broken people. You carried a heavy burden that was never officially assigned to you. Because you carried it so well, you assumed it was your permanent job. It was not your job. The assignment was completely wrong. That is the plain truth. It is enough to set you completely free today. I am removing the borrowed load from your tired shoulders permanently. You will not carry their unfair expectations anymore. You will only carry the specific calling I actually placed on your life. And that calling is light. It is incredibly easy to bear when you stop dragging their heavy baggage along with it. You have been fighting a war that was not yours to win. You spent years trying to fix people who did not want to be fixed. You blamed yourself when they stayed broken. I release you from that impossible task right now. You are officially discharged from that heavy duty. Breathe that truth into your lungs. Feel the tremendous relief washing over your entire body. You know the cause now. A cause you cannot reach is only a heavier sorrow. So let me put the solution within your physical reach. I have given you the deep understanding first. Now I must give you the instruction for how to keep it. The enemy cannot steal what I have given you tonight, but he will try to convince you to throw it away yourself. Now that you have received this truth, I must tell you what will come to take it back. I will not send you out of this room without warning you about the difficult road ahead. Tomorrow morning, your mind will try to reach for the familiar anxiety. It will aggressively look for something to worry about. Worry feels like a safe and familiar blanket. Do not put that heavy blanket back on. There is a terrible cost to spending another year living inside your old defensive walls. It costs you the pure joy of experiencing today. I am warning you about a deeply ingrained habit, not a monster hiding in the dark. Your own mind will constantly tell you this good news is simply too good to be true. It will whisper that you should start preparing for the inevitable collapse. Do not listen to that lying noise. You have to actively choose the peace I am handing you right now. You must defend your quiet mind fiercely against those old familiar doubts. An unhealed wound does not sit still. It tries to walk you right back toward what is familiar and painful. If you are not ready to drop your guard tonight, that is perfectly fine. I am not offended by your extreme caution. I understand exactly why you are so scared to trust again. Take all the time you need to feel safe. I will be sitting right here when you are finally ready to open your hands. I am never going to abandon this quiet room. But hear this before the quiet part begins. What comes next is going to sound exactly like an ending. The words will slow down. The voice will get much softer. Do not set your phone down yet. The last thing I kept is still in my hands. It is handed over on the other side of this doorway. Stay here. The most important sentence is still coming. You have survived the long winter. You have endured the heavy silence. Do not let the familiar ghost of doubt pull you backward now. Tomorrow, an old voice will try to convince you that this breakthrough is temporary. It will whisper that you must brace for the next disaster. Do not listen to it. The enemy only uses your past because he has absolutely no access to your future. He wants you terrified of the good news. I need you to recognize that lie immediately. If you accept his whisper, you will walk right back into the prison cell I just unlocked for you. The door is wide open. The chains are completely broken, but I will not force you to walk out. You must choose to step into the daylight. You must choose it even when your hands are shaking. Leaving this truth behind will cost you the joy of today. The teaching is finished now, my child. What is left is simply between the two of us. Put your defenses down completely. I am going to lower my voice for this last part because this is not an instruction. It is a blessing. Let me hold your weary spirit for a moment before you go back to your day. You have fought a very long battle, and the time for fighting is officially over. I showed you a morning where you wake up without fear. I told you that the distance between you and that beautiful morning was only your permission. Now I am handing you that morning. When you open your eyes tomorrow, the heavy dread will not be sitting on your chest. You will breathe in, you will feel a profound lightness, and you will finally understand that the brutal waiting season is done. I promised you one more thing. I called it the last thing I kept. I held it back until the very end because you needed to be still enough to receive it. It is not a new task. It is not another heavy assignment for you to carry. It is the absolute certainty that you were chosen for this exact timeline. You did not miss your window. You arrived precisely when you were meant to arrive. Every tear you cried in secret was leading you to this specific hour. The people who left you were simply clearing the room for the harvest that is walking through your door today. You are no longer the forgotten one. You are the one who stayed faithful when the sky was dark. I am placing a new mantle of peace on your shoulders. It fits you perfectly. You came into this hour carrying a terrible fear that you had been abandoned. You are not walking out with that fear. You are walking out with the solid knowledge that the delay was a divine shield. You will no longer measure my love by my speed. You will step into your day as someone who knows their harvest is completely secured. The preparation is finished. Your roots are deep enough now. The foundation is solid. I am incredibly proud of the way you held on in the dark. Now go and live the beautiful life I have prepared for you. Go the way a person walks when they have finally stopped auditioning for a place they already belong to. I am with you in the morning. I am with you in the midnight hours. I am always with you. I have said everything I came to say today. What happens next is not mine to do. Put your hand on these final words and make them yours. Not because it seals a magic spell, but because you need to recognize your own voice claiming the victory. Right now, you are someone who heard this good news. In 30 seconds, you can be someone who owns it permanently. Take this final step of obedience. Type "Today is my appointed time" in the comments below. Declare it out loud in your room. Let this place know that you stayed until the very end. Let the enemy know that his intimidation completely failed. I read what my children write. Mark this monumental shift today. The long wait is over. The heavy armor is gone forever. Walk forward into the bright light. You are entirely safe. You are deeply loved, and your beautiful new season begins today.